Well, let me finish. I'm almost done.
Did you call this item up? This item is a 4 o'clock item.
I'm talking, we're not going to debate. I'm telling you what I'm doing in case people want to discuss what goes first or what doesn't go first. I mean, I don't understand.
Mr. Mayor, with all due respect, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just trying to understand what we're doing right now because I didn't hear you call that one up. And I thought that if we were going to debate it and talk about it, that wasn't going to happen until 4. So,
yes, Mr. Draxler.
I just wanted to mention that I have a amendment to the whereas that would indicate that what we're
do a good deal.
But in any event, we are where we are right now. So let's go through informationally and let's go through these amendments and surface questions that people want to ask, not to discuss the merits of any of these, but to just work through that.
Mayor, I object to the notion that we are going to not allow other amendments. It's been brought to my attention that there are some issues with the term sheet from a legal perspective. I'm not a lawyer. I haven't had a chance to read it in enough care to be able to look at those. Those are not necessarily substantive in the way that you are framing things. But I don't want to be precluded if we find issues of a legal nature that because of the way this process went that were overlooked, or mistakes. I don't know what those are. I haven't been able to read through them, but I am concerned of any notion that we would be taking away our ability to make amendments. And I also want to add that I resent the implication that we shouldn't be able to make suggestions to change the terms to get to a point that we could be able to approve it.
I think what we're trying to do is to find an accommodation. If we were going to consider this tonight, we would consider all the amendments that people had tonight. We would take a final action. What we're trying to do is to say, rather than doing that and considering all these tonight and taking a final action, whether it was up or whether it was down, we would be doing it based on the amendments that we have. Not to open it up to more amendments than we have tonight, because if we're voting tonight, we'd be voting on the amendments tonight. So I think it is entirely possible and prudent and reasonable for a legislative body like ours to say we're going to consider the amendments that are before us.
And I just have to say, I don't appreciate characterizing any of my colleagues or my amendments as poison pills. I think that's disrespectful to the process that we're trying to do here. I think the amendments, all of them that are being offered, are trying to answer concerns that have been raised throughout the public comment period and what people have been telling us both privately and in emails to our offices. So please refrain from the kind of damning terminology that poison pill represents.
Mayor?
Hang on 1 second. I'm going to respond to that, but I'm going to let her finish her questions. Go ahead.
You want to respond to the poison pill statement?
I do.
Oh, feel free.
I don't think that a poison pill is a disrespectful term. A poison pill is a request that is a request such that if it were granted, it would kill the deal. That's what a poison pill is. A poison pill would be a request that rises to a level that means that it's no longer economically viable. It can't work.
Sure, I know exactly what poison pill means, and if you want to take the rail station as an example of that, I would maintain that that in fact is not something that would make a deal on that land economically not viable, because we had at least 2 or 3 alternate development proposals come before us on Tuesday that were offering up to build a train station to benefit the city and Cap Metro without asking for any.
And we can debate, and I'm sure we'll debate on Wednesday, whether any particular thing is a poison pill or not. But it's legitimate for me to say I think that's a poison pill, and it's a legitimate thing for you to say you don't think it is. But in saying that I think it's a poison pill is not something I think that violates any of the decorum or the process. It's me saying I think that some of the things being offered by their terms would mean that the whole enterprise wouldn't work. But we can debate whether or not that's true in any particular situation, and I'm sure we'll probably disagree on some.
I think that's true. We will disagree on that point.
Okay.
So.
This item passes because we have put the audit on the ballot. Item number 112 is withdrawn.
Mayor,
Yes, Struxler.
I would like to take a vote on item number 112. If I get a second, can we take a vote as a council on item number 112?
No, because it wouldn't be proper for us to vote on 112 at this point because we have a choice to make and we've made that choice.
So I think I asked 4 times before we voted on that item.
You did?
And can you explain to me why I wasn't given why this dais wasn't given the opportunity to vote on that?
Because the choice for the council is either to do A or to do B. And we could either consider A or we could consider B. There's no requirement that we either consider A or we consider B, but we're only going to consider one. If that fails, then we would have to consider the other.
Is there anything prohibiting? Is there a requirement prohibit? I don't expect it to pass based on the votes that we just taken. I would like to vote on that item. Is there anything prohibiting me from making a motion to pass item number 112 if I get a second?
Yes, because I think that would be an improper action. It would require us to reconsider the vote.
It's only improper if it passes. If it passes, then we have a conflict. But if it does not pass, there is no conflict.
I hear you. I don't think it's the proper thing for us to do.
Okay,
You could challenge that decision.
Mayor, I'm going to move that we adjourn the meeting.
I'm going to make a motion for us to pass item number 112. Is there a second?
It's out of order. We have nothing. Now, you could ask my ruling to be overturned, but that would be the vote that we would have. Okay, I think we're done. Those are all the items
to adjourn.
All right, it is now 12:44.